Peace and love, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. And I want looking forward to tonight's discussion as we enter this holiday season, and it's also a auspicious time of year where a lot of people are many holidays are going to be coming up, especially in the month of December. And we know that this is a time of year where people are congregating to celebrate in different ways. And so this evening we want to talk about cultivating gratitude and what that means and what that looks like. So, with that said, let's just dive right in. So, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and whether you celebrate that holiday or not, it's a very important um, to a lot of people, and it's a time for giving thanks, hence the name Thanksgiving. Um, we should remember that the art of giving thanks is something that we should be doing on a daily basis, not just once a year. And in order to do that, we really have to work on cultivating a sense of gratitude. Gratitude is a virtue, just like patience and other virtues. And gratitude is something that, for some people doesn't come natural. And it's something that we really have to work on and focus on daily. And some of the people that I follow on social media, they do gratitude check-ins where they'll ask you to they'll express what they feel grateful for, and then they'll ask you to do the same. What do you feel grateful for today? Or put in the comments below, you know something that you feel grateful for, or gratitude affirmations. And several people I know have affirmations that they do when they get up in the morning, or ones that they do before they go to sleep, and it often includes gratitude. And gratitude is just being thankful and appreciative of the things that you have. And it's really important that we feel a sense we cultivate the virtue gratitude, regardless of what circumstances that we find ourselves in. And a lot of times we feel so overwhelmed and caught up in the moment, or we're focusing on the past, and because of fear or a sense of lack, or disappointment, sorrow, grief, or whatever we're going through, we often, when we are in the moment of having and feeling those emotions, we oftentimes forget what we often forget the good things that are happening in our lives, and what we can feel gratitude and gracious for, and what we can be thankful for. And this is not easy for some people. This is coming from myself, who years ago used to be very pessimistic, and the glass always felt empty, half empty to me. And many of us are at that space in our lives. And when you're in that space, as you try to pull yourself out, one of the things that you can do to get yourself from a state of feeling unempowered is by expressing gratitude, making an affirmation, or um, just something, a mental note, what you feel um, grateful and thankful for. Focusing on that helps you to see a broader perspective of the current picture of the situation that you may be in, so that you can get the motivation to get out of that situation, whatever it is. And at this present time on planet Earth, there's so much conflict, confusion. There's so much nefarious things going on, and that can put a damper on, that can damper a lot of people's sense of hope for the future. It can cause a lot of negative emotions and feelings in people. And we want to be intentional with our thoughts, and we also want to be divine alchemists where we can change our present situation to something better, and the power to do that is within us. So one way we can do that, regardless of what your situation is, you can take control of your thoughts and say affirmations, what you're grateful for. Start off with I am grateful for, or I am thankful for, and focus on the positive, the good things, the things that you have control over and that you can change. If you can't think of anything that you feel grateful or thankful for, then say what you hope to have for yourself. Change it to something that you want for yourself. So if you feel that and everybody's circumstance is different. If you feel that you're in a space where you're not feeling thankful and you're not sincerely feeling a sense of gratitude, that's okay. It's okay to not be okay, but focus what your attention on the things that you are grateful and thankful for. you know um Somebody shared a story with me one time that um they met a man who, you know, was crying because he didn't have shoes. And then they met a person that didn't have feet. And I forgot what the gist of the story was. One of the sheikhs shared it with me, but the message was that be grateful and thankful for what you have, because somebody else may have less than you, and they're making the most of it. And be thankful for the things that you have and you have access to. And remember, family, even if you're in a space in your life where you're not happy, you're not satisfied, you're not feeling thankful, or you feel that you have nothing to be thankful for, focus on your goals, your aspirations, your dreams, what you want for yourself. And if you have to fake it till you make it, then do that. Keep telling yourself, I am, whatever it is that you want, or I have, or I'm thankful for the things that you need and you want until you get them. So those are some of the things that we can do when it comes to cultivating the virtue of gratitude. You can also, the more you express gratitude, the more you will start to feel it within your soul, and you'll start to attract things to you that make you feel thankful and appreciative. Um, Focus on just all the things that we have access to that we don't have to pay for, like fresh air, the natural world. If you have a garden, whether it's herb garden or a flower garden or vegetables, that's one way you can really cultivate gratitude, is watching the seeds that you plant grow and bloom and flourish. Watching that process is expressing gratitude. And you say to the plants how thankful you are that they're growing, when you water them, give thanks for to the universe, to the Most High for making that possible. Um, just the things in your life, your health, if you have good health, and if you the ability to walk, the material possessions that you have, be thankful for those. The meal that you have, whether you're having a big feast tomorrow, or if it's a day for you to remember your ancestors, or, many people do different things on that day. Whatever it is, be thankful for that day. If it's simply just to be thankful that you have the day off, then do that. Be thankful for that, because some people have to work through the holiday season and they don't get a day off. Some of the essential workers and people who do other things, to make that day special for others, have some of them have to work. So be grateful that if you have the day off. Be grateful if you have a meal catered or prepared for you, because even if you don't and you have to go somewhere where they're passing out meals, that's fine. Be thankful and grateful for that, because that's the act of sharing, and sharing is caring. And if someone is sharing um meals with you and preparing it for others, be grateful and thankful for that. And I wholeheartedly support um distributing, free meals to people. Sometimes I volunteer at places where they distribute food, or meals or whatever. And I really think that food is a basic human right. And food grows in abundance. We need everything we need, the earth can supply, and give thanks for that. And I really think that people should share the resources more. And it's it's I think it's better to share them than to monopolize off of it and charge a lot of money for something that grows naturally. Because um it really comes down to, in some places, some people, because they don't have the financial resources to buy food, they have to go without. And I really think that's not fair, because there's so much that just grows in abundance. And we can all share. We can do something to help another person, to make sure that everyone partakes of the goodness there is, and the things that grow in abundance for us. So that's another way. If you're one of those people that is um has to go somewhere to get a meal and stand in the line, give thanks for that, because someone donated that and put their time and their effort into preparing that meal. And to make it possible so that others might eat. And so that is a blessing in itself, and something to be thankful for. And if you are someone that um you know also, giving and sharing, donating your time, volunteering to help others is another way that you can express gratitude and thankfulness. So if you are fortunate enough that you can donate your time, donate food, donate anything to someone else, especially tomorrow, that is a great opportunity to express gratitude, because you can be thankful for yourself for having that generous spirit, that you wanted to donate or help another person. And the world needs more people doing that for one another. So that is something that you can do to express gratitude and cultivate gratitude as well. Donating your time, donating your resources, um, doing practicing random acts of kindness, that is something to give thanks for, and not just so much giving the thanks to yourself. And yes, it does make you feel better and makes you feel good when you do something to help another person, but recognize that when you are helping others, it's it will, it will be reciprocated. You will get a blessing in return for doing that, and then just the feeling of satisfaction and joy that you get when you help another person in need. That's a really wonderful feeling, and that's something we should all give thanks for. um and to me, this is what a holiday should be all about, is what how you can help others, how you can make somebody else's day special, and how you can spread joy, spread love, spread happiness, spread good health to other people, to make them um just to make the world a better place, because we know there's so much out here that is going on, but the world needs more peace and more joy and more sharing, more caring, and definitely more gratitude. And so if you are in a position and you're fortunate enough to help someone else, then do that, because that's what this is all about. The holiday is supposed to be a time of people coming together and sharing meals and giving thanks. And so make sure that all those that you can come into contact with and that you can support and help can enjoy the benefit of that day by including them in it, and making sure that others have sufficient resources and whatever they need to make it truly a day of giving thanks. Another thing that we can all do to cultivate gratitude is just being more patient and gracious with one another. Now, I know today is the day before a major holiday, but I happened to be out earlier today, um running some errands, and I noticed a lot of tension in the air, and some parking lots, were very crowded because, people doing their last minute shopping or whatever they were doing, and not having patience with each other and using foul language. I heard a lot of that today, and just not being in a spirit of gratitude. And so remember that also, you can be gracious and express gratitude with your attitude, with your actions, the way you talk to people. So during this season of thankfulness and giving thanks, let's remember how we talk to and treat one another. Have a little bit more patience when you're dealing with others. Be patient in your thoughts, be patient in your words, definitely be patient in your actions. Use kind, patient hands. Let's not be violent any time of the year, but especially now. And let's just remember how we talk to and treat one another. Remember that, everyone is a soul on their journey. Some people are in different places in their journey than you are on, and they may not be mentally, spiritually, and psychologically, in the same level that you're on, but just have extra patience with them, and remember that, they're a living soul as well. And speak kindness, speak life over people, less of the anger and bitter words. And words do hurt because of their intention and the frequency. So remember to use kind, loving words, express gratitude to people always about everything. Just be thankful. Just be thankful for life. Be thankful for everything. And remember to carry that attitude of gratitude with you after tomorrow when you're interacting with people. Please be gracious Friday if you're going out to those the Black Friday shopping events. Be patient, be kind, remember gratitude, thankfulness, and wherever you go, when you go back to if you're fortunate to have these days off and you go back to work Monday, go back with an attitude of gratitude and thankfulness. Be thankful for all the things and all the blessings that are in your life, and carry that with you when you go back to work or school and you're interacting with other people. Remember to be thankful, be patient, be kind with when you're dealing with others. So with that said, I pray that and I'm willing that each and every one of you that hears this message is having a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day tomorrow and the rest of the week. I pray that you are all um in a warm space, have all that you need. Enjoy your meals together. Remember to share with and love one another. And I pray that we can continue to cultivate this virtue of gratitude in all that we do, and be thankful always for all that we have and more. And remember, if you're in a position to help someone else with anything, that will cultivate gratitude and thankfulness in them as well. And it'll be a reciprocal approach where you're cultivating and creating gratitude and thanksgiving all around you. So, with that said, family, remember we are breaking thousands of years of outdated conditioning as we go into this new dispensation in time. I wish you all peace, blessings, love, and abundance, and good health. Enjoy, and I will see you next time. Peace and love.